afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of Company's 2 casts. First off, a big thanks to DHG for donating and supporting the Propagandacast, plus pledging. A very big thanks to you for allowing me to keep doing what I do on a daily basis and wishing to support that. So very thanks to you. You're part of my company heroes. And of course, as always, you can always subscribe, like, share, and remember to press the bell button if you otherwise wish to support the Propagandacast, but maybe can't quite find the money for it. We're off here though to a 1 vs 1 between Angreifen in the south and not Azure Block, actually it's PFC pretending to be Azure Block, fighting in the north, fighting for the Soviet Union, the 17th Tank Corps in the south. It is Angreifen with the Kampfgruppe von Schauken. We got Osttruppe MG42 there with Osttruppe Doctrine with Osttruppe and Panzerfaust Bulletins versus Partisan Tactics from Azure. Oh, PFC, damn it. With double mine bulletins there, nothing else still. You don't really see Partisan Tactics a lot. It's one of those doctrines that can work, but certainly requires a lot of self-discipline and the skill to work, because at times you just risk calling in too many partisans, just bleeding yourself out through that. But judiciously used, the partisans can be effective, although I imagine with the upcoming packs it will be a bit better. We got a maximum out there though for PFC. There we go. This time I said it right. Osttruppe moving eastwards there as well. We got our main focus here from Angreifen in the west for the fatherland. Almost got the point there as well. Slow approach here, no shots fired. Also to note that it is a supporting company to start with Partisan Doctrine here. More Osttruppe out there for Angreifen and the German army. Engineers and pioneers their first engagement. More maxims for PFC here. Northern charging forces that cross negative cover to overwhelm the engineers up close and also disrupt the grabbing and the munitions point. Pioneers moving in here as well. East side, Osttruppe continuing up slowly. And he needs routed by pioneers and Osttruppen. Second maximum almost done, moving there eastwards. Engineers are routed. And no further signs of anything there from Angreifen. We could go for a pretty fast take already now. Rush out some Panzer Grenadiers, some light vehicles here versus PFC. PFC meanwhile there is going to have to contend with the Osttruppe on the right flank. Though of course the maximum quickly turn around to deal with that. Engineers joining in the fun as well. Second maximum out there. So far though, Angreifen and the German army are leading quite successfully, trying to overwhelm that machine gun there by attacking from both sides. There's certainly not with a lot of good cover around for the Osttruppe. It's still going to be tricky to deal with that maxim. So we'll have to see how that pans out for Angreifen. So far though, oh, there we go, flanking the maxim there, very good. We got a second maximum to flank the Osttruppe there, so good counterplay there by PFC. Meanwhile, forces standing right here might want to move eastwards actually. So Osttruppe squad there being suppressed, Osttruppe squad there being suppressed. That's going to be a full right, I think, there for Angreifen. Another maxim there for PFC's moving into triple maxim start here versus Osttruppe. This will be interesting to see where that goes. We got takeover there for Angreifen and the German army. Got pioneers with engineers up close. Maxim setting up there again. Osttruppe moving in here through cover. MG42 moving up as well there. Osttruppe squads to the east are routed with ease. Trying to rush the maximum with the pioneers. No flame throwers. MG42 need to cover it sets up. Osttruppe hold on to heavy cover. Got maximum to support the other maximum. There you go. Maximum there getting suppressed. And he's laying down S-mines. Cheeky bastard. He's laying down S-mines while under fire on the maxim. The madman. That's a first. 2 thumbs up, even though I'm not entirely sure what I saw there. I have to just applaud the sheer balls involved in that. Got partisans out there though from PFC. And again, I don't think we've seen partisan doctrine being used in quite some time at this level. So, I mean, this is already turning into, I would say, quite an exhilarating match. We got maximum holding up there in the west. We got maximum in there going for the western munition point. Back here, bunker up there for Angreifen. We got Osttruppe as the maximum there. Very good, very good. Bit of skirmishing going to be the engineers and the Osttruppe in the eastern side. And Osttruppe quickly realizing they will not find a path forwards against that machine gun. Lots of mines being laid down by PFC to slow down any advance there by Angreifen. Good work. Good work. Maximum out there. And we got both a bunker and light mechanized company that are going up for Angreifen at the same time. Flame for half-tech versus a heavy maxim build would be, I think, a strong counter. Of course, there are potentially the parts and tank hunters also arriving. And there you go. Bunker up. Like to make a nice company up. Medics on the way. We'll have to see what it goes for next week. I'm anticipating... No, he's going for the 2-2. I mean, that also works. But, I mean, part of me just thinks, like, there's all these maxims of flame for half-tech are pretty solid. Our way, hitting a mine there. Moving westwards there aggressively. PFC, they're quickly picking up the momentum gained already there to just further pressure the Germans. Osttruppe managed to flank the maxim. Good play there by Angreifen. 2-2 halfway done. Troops reinforcing here. Sicily on the way there as PFC is quick to anticipate a vehicular move there from Angreifen, and certainly either being a 2-2 flame for half tick, it could be a bit of a problem there without anything to really stop it seriously. Osttruppe is going to lose after the maximum heavy cover. It's going to need more support up there to have that engagement pan out. And there you go, Partisans be out nowhere and put back the Pioneers pretty aggressively. Osttruppe has the Partisans there, 2-2 joining in. Fun fact, a good deal of Soviet partisans, because there were many partisan groups working in German territories, and they weren't necessarily all aligned with the same purposes, but a lot of the Soviet partisans were actually formed up of Soviet infantry caught up in the initial Operation Barbarossa, and just sort of, instead of getting captured by the Germans, managed to sort of fall into the background. And there were also suddenly just basically paratroopers from failed paratrooper operations that sort of just similarly faded in. So a little fun fact there. Got 2-2 the maximum right here, second 2-2 on the way, and this is a heavy maximum build. Double 2-2s can also be quite effective, they're a bit fuel intensive, which again is where you might figure go for the flame for half tech instead, but whatever works here. And of course allows them to use the munitions for other things like, you know, hyper aggressive S-mines, I suppose. Seizing Eastern fuel point and victory point there from under the Soviet nose. 2-2 they're moving about. Got that 2-2 moving about as well there. Two moving in there, Pioneers out in the open. Oh, mine went off the damn getting in with the 2-2. Got Pioneers moving up there, and still moving up there towards the western fuel point, putting up pressure there. Could go for the officer, but certainly Panthers would make a lot more sense, at least initially. 2-2 it's going to have to get out of the way of the field gun. This is 3. Pioneers here trying to push through, but lacking more firepower there. Going to fall apart here in the face of the max. 2-2 moving up here, bit aggressive boat movement there again. Could go wrong there for Angreifen, he's not careful. That 2-2. Partisans riding here with the 2-2, close being rided out, and the 2-2 falls back. It's the one is slowly being hauled back towards the base here, machine gun and watch, but of course could get flanked here by the partisan squad. We've got another field away there for PFC and the Red Army, the 17th Tank Corps. So far they're heavily supported by partisans. More manpower spent, but again, if it's strange enough, you didn't put in the heavy cover, but there you are. Good push there by SO Blotz, so attacks from some angles, anticipating machine gun, and that way pretty much just renders it not very effective. And there you go, forced retreat. I was a guess PFC would have just popped in the part of there, just denied the building right under Angreifen machine crew's nose. Could go for Pentagon ideas now, definitely should consider some infantry with a bit more offensive impact as all these maxims as well. Mine goes off there, killing a machine gun crew member there. And a bit of aggressive pressuring up here. We got the 2 Gen fire from the SIS-3 field gun, has to get away, and we got the second field gun moving in there. Partisans on the move as well here for PFC. Overall, just not your average 1 versus 1 match, but again, that's what makes it interesting, and certainly rather exciting to comment on. Back here, troops in reinforcing there. At least they should be reinforcing, and they are healed up, but there's some hold up there. Bit of manpower for it as well. And seemingly some indecision there by Angreifen as to where to take this next. Field gun behind there, almost taking out the Osttruppe, but oh, there we go. That was a much more impactful hit. To move through the south, need to be careful. I mean, PFC is very consistent mining up here, and that's something that could give Angreifen a bit of a punishing hit there if he's not careful. Still, so far it's worth knowing that PFC is playing a very clustered sort of defense strategy where the sort of everything's just bunched up, which is where, you know, a bit of artillery would be a really good investment for Angreifen. Either mortars or Panzerwerfer could be really effective, since PFC is bunching up support weapons quite closely. The Panzerwerfer can sort of get in, you know, a good spot there with a bomb grenade could also do a lot of damage there. But still, again, mortars, Panzerwerfer would be a really good investment. Mortars would be, I think, a lot faster, so I would probably at this point recommend mortars. That machine gun needs to go before it gets swapped out here with the surge. Next one, we'll get the Osttruppe as well. I was down there, and we got the Panzer, they're good to go. We got Tegos all there, very good. 2 needs to get moving. So far, the situation is a bit back and forth here between the two. And we got Panzer, they're going to sneak up the Osttruppe and push them away. Shooting away there with the PPSH-41s. Tank commander up there. Could go for a fast T-70. Could try and move straight for the mechanized armor company. And there you go, T-70 on the way. Got the take-up going. Could, in theory, call in a supply drop. If things get dicey and there's a need for an immediate pack 40 or something like that, plus a machine gun war, I suppose. Parts of there going in. Sailing the Panzer gun in the up north. We've got 2,000 maximum. Also field guns, obviously. Bomb grenade. And the parts on the right here, but I don't think the Panzer guns are going to be much worth on combat anyway, so to retreat. No, that just felt like a slightly awkward executed engagement. They should have just retreated right away. I'm trying to get off that bomb grenade. Take-up is done, but no building off it yet, and certainly can't get anything out of it right away. So it's going to have to go to the Pack 40 again, try and sort of go for a slightly discounted bulk call-in with, again, a machine gun and some resources. I'll wait, something there will be needed soon because otherwise, Angreifen's going to be a spot trouble as that T-70 since he has not been laying down telemines, and he has no other anti-tank weapons. I mean, there's also the option of Panzer Strike, but that means he's going to have less assault elements, so we'll help clear out all these maxims, which I'm not super convinced is going to be the best move there. Alright, he just goes for a Pack 40 the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way, none of that air call-ins there for him. None of that. T-10 there routing the Osttruppe. Up here we got Panzers going for the maximum and a few S-Mons there, certainly causing a few problems for the maximum crews, but nothing serious there for PFC. But it's going around car point teams moving in there, pursuing the 2-2. Panzer there's the maximum, we got double field guns moving up, Pack 40. Almost done if Angreifen and the Sperrverbande von Sauken, or Kampfgruppe von Sauken. Pack 40 out, and we got tank hunter panzers out there as well there. Note the large amount of S-Mines there. Panzerfaust and the T-70 does pay off, but nothing to neatly pursue this. When Westwards there, kicking Kopf on as well. And there you go, Parton hitting the S-Mines, getting blown to bits. And one man lives to tell the tale. For now, anyways. Bring out the Pack 40, a bit risky, then again, there's not a lot to neatly sort of punish it, though theoretically the double field guns could begin bombarding. Still not suddenly the officers, so Palmer could be up soon. I think we're up the 2 to the spot to help that, but there we go, engine damage already fixed, the T-70 can quickly get away. I don't think Angreifen's aware the T-70 is right under his Pack 40's line of fire. There we go, shot fired. T-70 should be able to escape. With ease again, had there been a bit more speed there, might have been able to take it out, and there goes it, the 2-2 goes down to a double field gun volley, leaving Angreifen now notably less mobile and motorized. And there you go, more parties arriving here. This time though by the western fuel point there to ambush Osttruppe. Sneaky play there, sneaky play, and there you go, Osttruppe routed here by PFC's partisan flank. Tank counterparts moving up, they're going into the Panzer, the fact they're going to just immediately retreat as PFC realizes that engagement is not going to work out in his wildest dreams. Holy smokes, Angreifen is going straight for tier 4, he's not even bothering with anything else, he's just moving straight ahead for the biggest armor. That is a bold aggressive move there by Angreifen. And we'll be interested to see what he does for that, though I would say that is highly ambitious and he could backfire on him considering the current situation isn't what I call wildly favoured, and he's also laying down S-Mines before he's got the fuel point secured, meaning they're actually popping off the fuel point to lay them down. Though I can understand why he's doing it, but even then he might want to secure the fuel point faster. So there you go, more pioneers out for Angreifen and the Sperrverbande von Sauken. They got the sandbags up at the centre victory point. We've got 87, this is 141, and there you go, Panzer's moving ahead there. Max being flanked. Forcing that one to reposition. There we go, back into one of the Panzer, the maximum crew, they're being hosed down. We got the T-70 to rescue, though. Not Pack 40, I think, isn't quite within range to assist them. Panzer's going to have to fall back. Almost got the eastern fuel point back. A lot of stuff going in there. Go Austin Pioneers heading westwards. Straight to Max, and they're waiting under PFC's command. And the Pack 40 spectacularly misses the T-70 light tank. Max and Panzer moving ahead. We got a sort of roughly 50-ish split there of the map. Austin versus Panzer, we got light machine guns up, and obviously this also signals to PFC, if he's paying attention, that Angreifen has gone straight for tier 4, that he doesn't have anything in between, meaning he doesn't have to worry about any sort of fast panzer force that Ostrom could also give PFC maybe a bit of a harder time. And of course, what I noticed that's where about Sturmpanzers and Panthers and Panzerwerfers, they're not going to be out as fast. That gives them more time to react. So there's certainly a bit of a dangerous move here by Angreifen going with this. I mean, he does, again, get T4 up. He does get his Osttruppe upgraded, but it also provides his opponent with crucial information. And information can, in a lot of cases, be, you know, quite powerful as well. So, I mean, as to say, knowledge is power. I did well. Anyways, Pioneer's about to get murdered out. If they're not careful, Pack 4 nearby. T7 could take a hit. And on West here, Pioneers hold up with the Maxim, trying to take it on with the Osttruppe and light machine guns for that cover again. Even with the light machine, they're going to have a hard time there. Got a machine gun wiped out somewhere. Panzer there wiped it out with a flank there, but looks good. Good work. Pack 40 on the other Partisans moving in. T7 flying away there. Field guns hang back in reserve. There you go. Crude. Partisans end up, well, perishing. And here the Osttruppe and the Pioneers are making slow progress versus PFC's Veteran 2 Maximum crew. As one squawk gets suppressed, the other one gets unsuppressed and sort of continues just toasting down with their own machine gun fire. Osttruppe has then to take part in the center. Maxim they're flanking the other Osttruppe squawk, but the first Maxim has to retreat. This one's been cleared out towards the eastern fuel point. Maybe Panzer Corps can soon, well, can already not go for the Panzerwerfer, but likely here Sturmpanzer or Panther's happening. I'd probably recommend the Panther, since, I mean, it's really had no other armor out in the field, and it could otherwise be, I think, a bit vulnerable to tanks being pushed out. But PFC certainly had better control of the map, so the Panther, I think, would be a much better choice. Could also then fill up the Sturmpanzer. Of course, the Sturmpanzers immediately better just with all these support weapons, which I imagine are Angreifen's current priority. Though again, a pair of mortars could, I think, do the job just as well and allow for the Panther too. Straight ahead against the Partisans, murdering them with violent and malicious intent. At least attempting to, though not quite succeeding. Pack 40 around the centre here. Mines being laid down there. Good work by PFC. Possessed by a mad mine layer from Minsk. Back here, troops reinforcing. Heavy Panzer Corps can soon begin churning out the big staff. Used to versus Panzer and Pioneers. Mine was there in case, you know, PFC has been really fast with those mines, but not quite fast enough there. Machine gun being bombarded here with the Sis-3 field guns, at least one of them. And there you go, an excellent hit that almost exterminates the machine gun crew. $322 versus 130. Sturmpanzer is almost buildable here by Angreifen. But again, I think a Panther would be I've got a choice, and there you go to get the S-drop supply group, which definitely is going to slow down the Sturmpanzer, but still probably still fit out with a Panther. Interesting timing there to go for it now. Just is about to hit, you know, something big, but again, if he's planning Panthers, I guess it does make a bit of sense. See another Pack 40 plus machine gun more. Panzer flanking the Maxim north, good work there. 7 kills, 22. Osttruppe here trying to get close, but they might be exposing themselves a bit too much here versus PFC's defensive positions. Panzer they're moving into sort of drive a jackboot into PFC's sternum here, and there you go, bomb grenade off. Didn't quite pan out there. Need to deal with the Panzers as they're sort of the bigger friend. There you go, grenade against the Panzers. They try to dodge, almost take out their own parts and friends, but clearly there is no love lost between those two different groups. Panzers there, very close to death. Need to retreat. We got Maxim there carrying the retreat pass, although it is pinned down as being murdered by another machine gun crew. Here we got Osttruppe being held up by a Maxim there, manned by Partisans. Back here, weapons being crewed up and all that. Can soon go for the Panthers. Got the fuel, almost has the manpower. Flamethrowers being added to the Pioneers there for Angreifen and the German army. Lots of intense action here between PFC and Angreifen. T-34 from 6. That's definitely going to think be a call there for a Panther for Angreifen. I want to get up one machine gun to cover the right flank there against any further harassment. And down the road, I still feel like an officer would be a great choice here. Great pick. Whoops. Lots of reinforcement happening, delaying the Panther. Austrian Panther. Osttruppe westwards. Big push into the east as a disconnect and sort of slow down Angreifen resource income. Very good. More S-mines. Very consistent S-mining there by Angreifen as well. Though he seems a bit more shy about the Cheddar mines at the moment. Pioneers against the engineers there. T-3476 good to go there for PFC and the 17th Tank Corps. Grenades against the Pioneers, forcing retreat here. Infantry moving up through the centre with the machine guns, still recovering up. Looks like a larger push being prepared there. There we go, T-3476 up this inside. Join to the Pack 40. The Panzer Abwehr Kanone 40. Second one landing a hit as well. They're taking the T-3476 down to half health. 1/4 of the health there, and they're going to go for the Panther. Can go for the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Setting off some S-Mods. No Telemounts down there from Angreifen. Maximum advancing here. Going to need some support for the Osttruppe. And also some heavy cover. I'll close out that Maximum's not going to last long against this Osttruppe. Similarly here there might be some issues with that Maximum crew. Of course, I suppose in theory we could just try and ignore that. Up close actually the Partisans on the Maximum correct to do some damage. Actually ends up forcing retreat there from Angreifen's Osttruppe. Still no armor out there from Angreifen there. He does end up with the Sturmpanzer 4. I still would have preferred a Panther here. I mean, in theory, you can rely on the Pack hold off the T-34, but the problem is what happens if PFC then gets more armor. The Pack 40s might find themselves falling a bit short. But otherwise, Sturmpanzer on the way. Trenches being dug here. Partisans sneaking up on Angreifen. Osttruppe patrolling. And there you go, spots the bastards. Fielding the bombarding, trying to take out their trench before Angreifen can utilise it against PFC and the 17th Tank Corps. And there you go, finally some telemounts happening there. And realised they weren't actually not plates, but actual anti-tank mines. But why would they call them tellers, Jürgen? Because they look like plates, not because they are plates, you Dummkopf. The skirmishes on the west got lost from there's the Max. We're getting hosed down a bit. They're closing in on veteran fleet. Seizing the eastern victory point there, and in the centre is a bit of a standoff there, but it does seem to one that PFC might be winning here. Just slowly, Partisans moving up. Oh, they could get into the trench here. Angreifen too slow, and there you go. The Partisans are in the trench. The Partisans are in the trench, which sounds like some sort of obscure code word for an American spy thriller. Anyways, Sturmpanzer moving in there, but blast the trench, which survives a hit there from the Sturmpanzer Force 150 with a gun. In the west, Panzerfaust goes from the T-34 down in the engine pack, forcing about. They're close again, the Partisans wiped out. Sturmpanzer shoots, spectacularly misses. Pinlock machine moving out it. T-34 rolling westwards. Sturmpanzer moving, backwards. Sturmpanzer moving in. They got the field guns moving westwards to provide covering there against the Sturmpanzer 4. Pioneers in the trench now, at least he's denying that to the enemy. Eastern victory point stands neutral. And overall, quickly moving anything to block here, pushed by the Sturmpanzer. Good move there. We've got spy network. Thumbs up. Panzer shaking on the Sturmpanzer, further pushing it back. And there you go. Heavy damage, almost taking out their Angreifen Sturmpanzer's fastest action. Not good. T-34 from 6 on the way there. Number 2 for PFC and the 17th Tank Corps. Partisans going for the centre victory point. And the T-34 is once more lost there for PFC and the Red Army. T-34 number 2 is just slowly chugging along. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Sturmpanzer in dire need of some serious repairs. Half fate to veterans who won though. But only 2 kills. I don't think that trench is going to last much longer there under PFC's directed and concentrated efforts to destroy it. S-Mods going off here, stopping Partisan and Max in their advance towards the eastern field. Very good. Also moving for the western field point again. Well, Angreifen can soon go for the Panther. We got the second T-34 out, giving Asher Block of PFC, a total of 2 tanks. Now the trench being dug in the centre. Angreifen is a true believer in the trench. And there you go, T-34 trying straight at the headlines there into the Pack 40s. Half health there, at a target weak point, and sort of maybe chambered up, might have been chance taken out. And T-34 gets away with a tiny sliver of health, but it's nonetheless still functional. They won't really survive another engagement without some heavy needed repairs. Sturmpanzer good to go. Panzer they're riding the Partisans under PFC's control. Still no regular infantry. Might want to consider that. We got more engineers on the way. Can go for the Panther now. Could theoretically go for double Sturmpanzers, but I think that would be a bit silly. Not necessarily dumb, just a bit silly. Both theoretically and double Sturmpanzers could possibly do some heavy damage to infantry support weapons with some serious barrages, but again, would leave him further vulnerable to like just large sums of tanks. Love to see what he ends up with there. Machine in the trench now holding up a Sword assault there across the river, pinning down the Maxim crew. Good work. Good work. Maxim routed. Unable to continue its mission. Sturmpanzer moving westwards. Continuing to do that. T-34 needs to be careful not to overextend, and that could prove a bit ugly there for Angreifen if that assaults in that. Maxim will be off some of the western field points. Sturmpanzer going for the Maxim here. The Partisan Maxim. There you go. Got the T-34 next, but again, nope. Where here's the Pack 40s are extended. Could be swarmed here. And we got Mark vehicle out from PFC. Actually, meaning we got full doctrinal bingo. We got Radiance, obviously. That's passive, but still, both Partisans and Spy Network. Plus Mark vehicle. I mean, that is a full BINGO. Bingo. Sturmpanzer almost down, but looks like he might be able to escape. Still no Panther. Really should have gone for that Panther as soon as possible. The Sturmpanzer goes down. Noble Blood, of course, with both Pack 40s down and in the hands of the PFC. That is a really bad situation if I'm going to be in. Destroying the Pack 40s because does not want that German Bliat, but there you go, Panther on the way. Rather late there, I would say, for Angreifen to use it that much sooner. Bit of a slip up there. Panzer there, good popping up, bundling it against the Maxim. Nicely bundled up. Almost gets a full wipe, but didn't quite manage. They need to retreat the remaining Panzer before they get annihilated. Panthers loading in ready. Pioneers versus Partisans closing over T3 there, and in the set west here we got Osttruppe as the Maxims. We got another T-34 on the way for Ashabla. I mean PFC, damn it. PFC. Panther on the way there. Pioneers versus Partisans. We've got a bit of back and forth here. Panzerkampfwagen 5 almost good to go, but yeah, losing both Pack 40s puts Angreifen in a really bad spot. He's going for another Pack 40 though. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5. Panther Model A specifically. Since the earlier models had a slightly different radiator part in the background, or exhaust pipes, that was going to call there, these sort of claw-like things there. And the Model G, which was the last model, had a sort of chin on the front there, so also no driver's bit down the front of the Panther as well. T-34 down to half health from the Panzerkampfwagen 5, utilising its mighty gun. And these started moving up there, trying to outpressure Angreifen's right flank. Good manoeuvre there, so they're just trying to hope to sort of bleed him out, at least by sort of frontal assaults. More S1's been cleared out. Angreifen again has been very thorough with the S1s. Panther moving eastwards there, Pioneers and Maxim rate or machine gun ready to support. Slow movement here in the west. Maxim certainly putting a bit of an obstacle there, and again, this is where mortars could be helpful. If not, they can't hit directly. They could just obscure the line of fire of the Maxim, allow troops to pass past them. Or of course, we could just go for Panzerwerfers. I mean, that's certainly also an option here. Panzer quickly behind the Maxim and cleared it out. Artillery fire there, shattering the trench position there. Panther flying the T-34 there. There you go, Maxim round. We got the T-34 moving to the rescue here for the Maxim crew, trying to leave so as many as possible. Machine gun moving eastwards. We've got Partisans on the watch there. Pioneer suppressed. Machine gun setting up there. Catching the Partisans in a bit of a nasty spot here. But otherwise, Angar's a bit strong here. It seems to figure out what he's wanted. The Panther got a Maximum up here, flanking the machine gun, which is getting hit by Partisan grenades. Getting up close to the Panther to do a lot of damage. People tend to neglect how much damage the Panther's machine can actually do, and it's certainly at this range versus Union heavy cover. The Panther's can actually quickly kill a lot of the crewmen, as you can see there. Or at least a reasonable amount of them. T for the first set of mines here. Trench gone. Need to get the Panther under support. 176 versus 398. Could soon go for another Panther, could go for a Sturmpanzer more, and hopefully keep that one a bit better alive. Well, there's the option of Panzerwerfers one, you know, get an infantry, get a bunch of mortars, but Angreifen does commit here to the Panzerwerfer 42. Osttruppe versus Partisans up close. Without any cover, the Osttruppe are pretty much doomed against the Partisans, who make very short work of them. Maxim being quartered for there by Partisans. The K troops reinforcing, machine they're close to virtually free. Panzerwerfer almost done. Panther taking a few hits from the field guns. Panther almost done. Panther opening up from the Maxims. And there you go. Panzerwerfer out there for Angreifen and the Sperrverband von Sauken. Holding from nearby Panzervision, at least the shattered elements of it. Oh no. Where's that Panzerwerfer going? Angreifen, Angreifen, Scheiße, Achtung, Achtung. Oh shit. For some reason the rally point was set all the way and the Panzerwerfer went for it. Oh, good God. That is an expensive blunder to make at this point in this fighting. I mean, theoretically, still manage through there. Oh, need to cover the Panther. It looks like its Panther thing is messing up there. Almost drove rearwards into all of the field guns and the T-34s and 6s. That could have been a GG right then and there. So the situation for Angreifen just went pretty glum there as his Panzerwerfer, which was almost a better option, just dealing with some of these clusters of support weapons that PFC operates, you know. It's gone there. You go T-34s into the tank, forward in the Panther. Down to half health. Field guns moving up as well. Panther there, need to be careful. Got the T-34s next to wouldn't be worth it, loses the Panther in response. There we go, quick blitzkrieg, shot bounces. I want to get off the target weak point if possible. The T-34s I think is going to kill the crew before that happens. And go anti-tank gun number 3 down here for Angreifen, about to get destroyed. Panther up to sneak in some hits there, but still need to be mindful, need to be careful, and need to get that machine gun out of there before that gets annihilated. Panther almost down there. Could try and flank somehow, get behind here, but even that might not quite pan out. Another T-34 is away there for PFC. Obviously what Angreifen goes for next, but the situation is certainly looking a bit more tricky. Those Maxims, the way that they were handled by PFC is proving to be a problem. And again, also just the lack of artillery there from Angreifen. That this artillery then just really get shot to bits. Certainly a lot of Maxims can be quite potent. Particularly when you don't have a lot of assault infantry, which again if they flank at least you'll have a chance of clearing that quickly. And then we've got Austin can sort of intermediate this. It's not really good at sort of dealing with Maxims. Another T-34 going up east side, I'm going to try and rush through. We've got a machine covering up the eastern victory point. There we go, another Pack 40 out. Panther sort of slowly getting done, but it's still taking some time here. With only one Pioneer squad, things are happening at a bit of a slow pace. Maxim they're being pushed back, as they're pinned down to the ground like insects, as PFC's armor and support just keeps hosing away. In the east side of the position, not looking too good. We've got a machine they hold up in the trench, but against the Partisans and the T-34 backing up, but without anti-tank support, that's not going to last. T-34 roaming about there, a rather aggressively Panther being rushed eastwards to contain the mess. Then we got more Partisans out here for PFC going for the eastern fuel point. Good work there. Panther moves inland, a good hit there. Slowly approaching Meta 2, trench destroyed. Machine gun crew has to get out of there before they get annihilated. And even then, there's a good chance they do still end up being quite dead. Back here, troops even forcing there for PFC. It's the net. Oh, I'm just had to. So, we actually got a teleman off from the T-34 and 6. Might move in the Panther here. They need to be careful not to extend. Of course, that's exactly what's happened here. Good hit there, but needs to put distance, flank. Shot bounce. Packs opening up there. There you go. Got the blitz. Oh shit, Mark vehicle as well there. Anti-tank part coming up. Got the T-34. We got the Mark vehicle on the Panther. No, and nearby support infantry. There you go. Anti-tank parts arriving here. PFC sensing an opportunity to just destroy the Panther. Goes for everything there possible. And Angreifen nonetheless is able to salvage the Panther. That is going to be a close one. It is going to be a close one. Got the films right. There you go. The Panther did not make it. Panther, they're finally perhaps seen once at the Osttruppe, but rather it was a bit too late there. And with that, Angreifen in a pretty tight spot since the Panther was in the end one of his better chances of dealing with that armour and the more armour that's coming there for PFC. While still also putting pressure on the infantry with his machine guns. Engineers rounded, Panther they're suppressed. We got 114 versus 388. Now the T-34 they're off the assembly lines there for PFC. T-34 going in there. Maxim versus MG42, they're close to the veteran defeat. The side there, also most of the Partisans. Half 8 to have veterans you1. Troops setting up, nothing further going on there for Angreifen in his base. Guessing it's another Panther who's got planned, but the question, can he get there? Can he get there? And there you go, Maxim being flanked, their negative cover as well. 8 Panthers, they're doing a great job, except for that T-34-6. And there you go, Bun Grenade, hope to catch the retreat path. In this case, retreated a bit slower here than Angreifen anticipated, so the grenade didn't quite go the way it wanted to. Trying to reconnect and reclaim the east here, but oh, that machine gun got taken up with the Maxim, and that was his MG42 as well. 100 points left here for Angreifen in the German army. In the east, we got Osttruppe versus Partisans. Partisans are going to creep up, so obviously at this point the Osttruppe don't know they're up against it. Like, they just sort of, well, it says a versus above us, and there you go. Partisans moving in there, and that's going to be a quick clean-up job there for the Partisans. 4 kills, veterans to 1. Good use of the Partisans, so I would say, by PFC there. Also, they're going for machine gun. Got Pack 40 moving up there, closing on that second Panther. And action is going to be a problem again. The lack of artillery, I feel like it's going to be a problem here for Angreifen as well. Back here, Panther is reinforcing. 27 kills. Now the T-34 win there for PFC, so one of the strengths of the T-34 you just quick replace losses and build up, because they do cost notably less than most other medium tanks at 300 manpower, 90 fuel. Plus, with the map control that PFC's enjoying, I mean, he can get one every, 3 minutes. Roughly, if not a bit faster, so that just helps PFC far further. Versus Angreifen in the German army. Fixed. That PFC trying to destroy the machine gun bunker here by the entrance to Angreifen's base. In this case, I would say the terrain was slightly helping, but not for much longer. Another T-54 on the way. We've got 76 points left here for Angreifen. A few lonesome defenders on the eastern side. Partisans still hanging about. Angreifen wasn't either paying attention, he's hoping the Panthers will somehow survive. Osttruppe being caught in a pretty bad spot down the T-54. There you go, huge casualties to the Osttruppe as they get hit on a high explosive shell that shreds most of them. Nothing further happening here, looks like the PFC's paying attention, more focused in. The Osttruppe Pioneer still fighting up, Pack 40's firing up, getting bombarded by PFC's field guns. We've got 68 here versus 88, and there you go, Partisans versus Panthers there, Panthers there. Obviously, having the upper hand here versus the Partisans who easily are routed. At the same time, here by the road, the situation turning into an absolute quagmire there for Angreifen. He's getting absolutely nowhere. PFC is simply too strong in this point. The lack of armor is not providing Angreifen any sort of solutions or tools to get out of this. Pack 40 about to get destroyed again. Base is getting pummeled into oblivion. And there you go, Osttruppe white. Is PFC going to go for an annihilation victory here versus Angreifen? It certainly seems like it. Partisans and annihilation victory in one 1v1 match. And there you go, Angreifen retreat or surrenders before that happens. So there you go, a bit of an unusual match again. Partisans, very rare dropped in the 1 versus 1s. And a lot of other things. Angreifen feel like at times had some good chances, but he kept making a few mistakes there. I think he also struggled to adapt to PFC strategy. I think sufficiently is very much off-the-wall strategy, which I think is harder for a player like Angreifen perhaps to react with. I mean, that's some good moves, but again, the initial Sturmpanzer didn't quite pan out. I also think it should have been a Panther, and that Panther being thrown away wasn't good either. But also just should have gone for a mortar pretty fast, I think, to react to all these supportments. I think a pair of mortars would have done Angreifen a huge deal of good and would help negate a lot of those maxims, which I think proved to be a bit of a critical issue there throughout the match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. If you did, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, but don't your enemies. And again, remember to press that little bell button. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all need one for audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.